Good morning, everybody. It's time for our weekly Integrity Project devotion. And, this week I want to challenge you again to be a student of integrity, but not only in knowledge about what that means, but in your actions. As we've said in the past, the evidence of integrity is going to be shown in your actions. But where does it come from? The Bible says that integrity comes from the heart. In Genesis 12, there was a king named Abimelech, and God protected him from sinning and bringing guilt on his household and his whole country because he had integrity in his heart. God recognized him as a man of integrity, and God honored him for it. Proverbs 2 verses 7 and 8 says that God is a shield for those who walk in integrity. And then another time in Psalm 25, David is just super distressed, and he calls out to God. He asks for him to forgive his sins. He acknowledges that he needs him and that God is the only hope that David has. And then in verse 21, he says, "May integrity and uprightness protect me because my hope, Lord, is in you." He desires to live a life of integrity, and he trusts that God is going to bless him for it. Both David and his son Solomon were promised that they would always have a descendant on the throne if they would just follow God and live the way they were supposed to live. While the Bible doesn't say, well, if you be a student of integrity, you're going to be blessed all the time and nothing bad is ever going to happen to you. It doesn't say that, but it does say that God is a shield for those who walk in integrity. We all know that actions have consequences. In science, Newton's third law of motion says for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. The Bible talks about good trees that bear good fruit and bad trees bearing bad fruit. It says you are recognized by your fruit in Luke chapter 6. What kind of fruit are you bearing? Do you have integrity in your heart? If you do, your life, meaning your words, your actions, and even your attitudes, should show it. Unfortunately, there's a lot more people in the world showing that they don't have it than showing that they do. But I know that you can do better. So I have some verses for you. Psalm 25:21 says, "May integrity and uprightness protect me because my hope, Lord, is in you." That's the one that David said. Proverbs 2, 7 and 8 says, "He grants a treasure of common sense to the honest. He is a shield to those who walk with integrity." And Proverbs 10:9 says, "Whoever walks in integrity walks securely, but whoever takes crooked paths will be found out." And then one more in Proverbs 11:3 says, "The integrity of the upright guides them, but the unfaithful are destroyed by their duplicity." And then last one out of Proverbs 13:6 says, "Righteousness guards the person of integrity, but wickedness overthrows the sinner." And then I just wanted to read that out of Luke that we talked about at the very end. Chapter 6, verse 43 and 45 says, "No tree bears bad fruit, nor does no good tree bears bad fruit, nor does a bad tree bear good fruit. Each tree is recognized by its own fruit. People do not pick figs from thorn bushes or grapes from briars. A good man brings good things out of the good stored up in his heart, and an evil man brings evil things out of the evil stored up in his heart. For the mouth speaks what the heart is full of." So here's our questions for today. Which is the easiest thing to show integrity in? Is it in the words you speak? Is it in the actions, the things that you do? Or is it with your attitude? So which one do you think is the easiest to be a student of integrity in? And why do you think that is? And then also, how can you get better at the one that's the hardest? And in question 2, Proverbs 2:8 says, "He is a shield for those who walk in integrity." What do you think that means? And then how do you think you can be protected when you walk in integrity? And then finally, Luke 6:43 and 45, what we just read about the tree. The Bible is clear that what is in a person's heart will come out in what he does and what he says. So I want you to think about the last few days, maybe the weekend. If you think about everything that you did over the weekend, what does that say about what is in your heart? So that's all I got for you today. Let me pray for you, and then we'll be all done. God, I thank you again for this day, Lord. I thank you that we have such amazing students. And I thank you that we have students that want to be better, that want to have integrity, that want to show love for you and love for others. And God, I thank you that when we walk in integrity and when we try to do the right thing and when we follow your lead and we're obedient, that you bless us for that, and you keep watch over us and you protect us. And God, I pray your protection over each one of our students, each one of our teachers, all of our families. And God, I thank you for everything that you're doing. I pray that you would just let yourself be seen and heard so that everybody would just feel your presence around them and know that you're real and you're alive and you're with them at all the time and everything that they do. God, I thank you so much for who you are